Hello everybody, I hope I'm audible right now and hopefully you can hear me out. Just a minute, let me just turn these things off. Done, done, and sort of done. Alrighty, hopefully I'm audible right now, and without any further delay, let's get started. 5G network, is that connected? Seems to be like that. Hopefully it's connected. If it is not, we'll see. So we were working on this particular feature and we encountered errors. SSR return use shape resize 32 number line. So use shape resize line number 32. So line number 32, here it is. Any problem here? We are doing what? Let's have a look at this. So first of all, we have pointers. So instead of just simply sending it, I'm rather gonna be pointer left, just like this. Gonna be getting them from here. Use pointer state, that is now it looks better. And apart from this particular thing, it is definitely used inside this. So when it is used or wherever it's used, I won't be passing the pointer state. It is going to be just like this. And apart from this particular thing, use shape resize, we have pointer reps, and these are actually from pointer reps dot side. So this particular thing is done. Going ahead, this is fine. We have resizable handler. Okay, just a sec. So we have this resize shape and we are getting the selected shape in current point, and after that we are just simply doing the calculation or writing code for what? This is for the arrow in line. If I don't have handle or if I don't have resize state, then handle is here, resize state is this. If I don't have, I'm gonna return and then updated data and then switch for the data 32 number line. Overall things seem to be fine. Okay, fine. And then what we are doing, we are just simply setting the shapes and all, and once that is done, we are done with this. So overall this particular section is done. The second section is in which we are getting the bounds, and that's gonna be start resize start bounds, and we have resize start font size, and this is going to be resize start bounds. And if I don't have resize start bounds or a resizable handler, so const resizable handler, that's gonna be equals to this. I'm gonna paste it here. And if I don't have this, in that case resizable handler, and the job will be done. Going ahead, we have the rect over here. Once we have the rect, this is going to be resized start are we gonna be passing ref over here or the values? It actually requires ref. We can directly pass the values as well. So when it comes to values, so resize start bounds, so this is just gonna be this much. Same here, because we don't really need to pass the ref, so we'll be passing these two things here. once it actually gets the value. So original bounds, that's actually gonna be equals to this. Once we have the original bounds and we have resize start bounds, that's gonna be equivalent to this type over here. The value can definitely be null as well, hence we need to make sure that that does exist. And point tuple. As for these, let's just simply remove them. So overall things are clear. And free draw points, this seems to be fine. We have the original points as well. Once we have these, we are just simply scaled points, and we have the scaled points over here. So everything seems to be fine in this particular section as well. Coming back to this, and now I just need to pass the start bounds, and I just need to pass the free draw points, and that should be enough or not. So the value of free draw points, point tuple, no value exists in the scope, so ultimately here I don't have any value as such. So in that case, all these values, they are required inside this, right? Inside this function. This is use shape. I do not have these here. If I cut it from here and paste it here, I have the value. So where is this coming from? Where is this pointer ref coming from? Come on. Pointer refs, so it should be use pointer refs. Now it can actually be used wherever it's needed to be. So in that case, we have this, that is actually inside this, so it should not be inside. So we have resize state, and that's gonna be equals to line resize state actually. So that's gonna be line resize state. We have resizable state handler, and we have resize start font size. If I don't have resizable handler, or if I don't have line resize state. In that case I'm gonna just simply return from here, and in case if I have them, so resize handler, and then resize state, especially for a line, that's gonna be line resize state. And overall this is done. And apart from this particular thing, once this is over, coming back to this one, we have bounce. So let's just simply keep the bounce here. We have resize start bounce as well, so it should be returning from here. It is. And if we don't have resize, why do we need to even have them? Because it's gonna be problematic anyway. Then I'm gonna be getting minimum x and y, and after that just remove the unnecessary things. This is fine as well. A big else switch statement, we'll have to take care of that well. And if that is equals to free draw, so we are gonna be passing free draw points. Turns out we don't have them, so const free draw points pointer ref dot free draw points ref dot current. Any problem? Free draw shape points. So here we are. We'll do it updated shape. If we have that, we are gonna be just simply setting it again. Probably the same thing is being repeated, so we can actually create a function for that, but we'll see. And bounce. Here we are. Updated text, and at the end updated previous shape, and that is it. The job is done. Resize. Okay, this seems to be done. So ultimately it is returning what? Resize shape, and this resize shape is actually being used inside selection, of course. So over here, as it is being used, so let's see. We are not able to resize this. That simply means we did something wrong. So ultimately, let's go to this line and resize the statement. Features editor hooks use the shape resize. So if I go to this one, use the shape resize, what is the problem over here? No problem as such. We are able to move it, but we are not able to resize this for some reason. And why are we not able to resize this? Because of this. So if selected type is gonna be arrow and this, then for parsing ECMAScript source code failed. So is doing what? Resizing the shape. Already that is running. So if this is running, then what does it? Resizing the shape, that simply means it is getting called out. The question is, does this run it reach here? No. So does it reach here? Nope. So how about here? Nope. That simply means we have to check it here. This is the problem. Resize handler, it does not really need to be checked, so just check as many things as are gonna be used here instead of checking just everything. Check resize handler because that is gonna be used just right here, and again you do have errors, of course. And resize start font size. If I don't have resize start font size return from here, that was the problem. And similarly for bounds, so the value of the bounds can actually be now what selected bounds, that's fine. So we have this, checking the updated shape as well. Where am I checking for the bounds? Bounds being checked here. Then we are checking for in Frida we are using bounds as well as points. Where are the points being checked? Frida points. In this particular case, it can never be null. Frida points need to be there as well. So the first thing here is I'm checking this, and just after that, it doesn't even need to be checked, but it does need to be checked there. And then we have switch statement. This is sort of fine. We have normalize rect, we have free draw, this size start, and this doesn't throw any error. This does not throw any error as such. So resize start font size, it does throw the error. Okay, never mind. Remaining things are fine. It is still okay. Let's see. So if I just simply CLG resizing there as well, then how about this? That is fine too. In that case, if it's that is actually running, so we are setting resize this. So how about at this place? Done. So that's actually done. So CLG use pointer state dot resize start bounce ref. I would like to check the value of this just right here. Okay, use pointer state. I cannot call it directly. It cannot be called inside a function either. It is on pointer down selection. You cannot call pointers here, but the pointer can be called inside this. Wow. It does not need to be passed here. Use pointer state and resize start bounce ref. If I actually check the value of this, Pointer state is not defined. Great. Pointer state, I have the errors here. That's gonna be pointer refs. What the heck? Pointer cut. Pointer refs, that's gonna be this. Pointer refs. That's fine. I'm going to be logging the value here. Anyway, no. Console, don't I have console? I do have here edge. So this value was being logged. I have to just simply check it. So at the end the value is definitely being logged in here. That's fine. If the first of all, we are not even able to move it. Second, we are not able to resize it. We are what am I missing? Somewhere I am using selected shape. That is the problem. Selected shape bounce. Okay, in that case, selected draw arrow, draw selection, render shape, bounding box, hit test, use canvas context, use canvas interaction. That is for setting. Use canvas interaction, that's fine. And resize, start bound ref, selected a shape, selected shape can be null, that's fine. Selected shape bounce. On pointer down. Seems to be alright. I'm inside use selection interaction, right? Shape move. Shape resize. Set. Selected shape bounce. Resize free draw. Selected shape. Editor store. Editor types, that's fine. Selectors. Close everything. Time to go through the things one by one. I mean, of course, it's gonna be crazy in that way. So first of all, I'm gonna check everything here out. So I have editor, resize, hooks, The main problem can be here, especially use shape resize. So I'd like to check the logic from the beginning, exactly what are we doing here. So at the end, what is happening? I do not get the value of resize start bounds. Everything else is fine, right? So somewhere the value is actually not being saved, and so let's exactly check what is happening here. Yeah, we have everything all right here. So we have set shape set selected shape, selected a shape bounds. So we are even have setting the bounds, setting the shape, and setting this pointer reps, getting resize start font size, getting resizable handler, line resize start bounds, and free dot. That is fine. Coming back to this, we have this particular logic. If I don't have resizable handler, or don't have this, return from here this, and over here I'm just simply doing nothing but sort of. So started is used before being initialized, and as soon as I used this default state, what return is going to be used. This makes sure that this run first, and then it is gonna return some sort of value, only then this is gonna run. Okay, fine. So one new thing we learned here, normalize director, and once that is done, then free draw. Inside free draw we have resize start bounds, we have free draw points, and that is it. Updated, setting the shapes, pretty simple, and set selected shape get bounding, same here. If I don't have the font size, in that case I'm gonna return, but if I have, I'm just simply gonna pass resize bounds, font size, and just simply getting the job done. And if nothing is done, then this particular thing is going to be happening, and we are sort of doing the same thing again. Nothing seems to be wrong with the shape resize. So what is the next thing? The next thing is actually this part. What are we doing here? So let's start it from the top. So first of all, what we are doing, we have this, then we are actually getting all the values from pointer reps. Once we got all the values, so pointer reps, resizable handler is resizing, is pointed down, resize start bounds, and we are getting start font ref. We are using use shape move, use resize. They are the hooks that are being used over here, and we have update cursor. Update cursor just simply takes the handler, so get resize handle at point, so we just simply get resize handler. On the basis of that thing, we just simply add when shape is just over, polish roll. Otherwise we have a switch statement for the remaining styles. Nothing's problematic here. Handle select and resize, so we got the shape at position, setting the values, and seems to be fine. Start this line resize, that is also fine, and get resize handle at point. Okay, once we got the resize handle, we are setting these values. So true resizable handle, resize handle, resize start current bounds, so bounds, if there is a text, then I'm even setting the shape at position dot font size is going to be equivalent to this, and done. Pointer move, so on pointer move I'm actually calling resize shape, and this get shape, update canvas. Okay, this is done, this is done, this is right. We have these things here. Move shape, inside move shape we are simply calling this. That seems to be right as well, and as we are moving we are just simply changing these things to make sense. We have the size shape, inside the size, inside the size shape we are passing selected shape and the current point. Time to lock the values. Good error anyway. I think I need to turn it off. Two suggestions. Okay, so first of all we have to check whether this is running or not. So CLG resizing. So drawing the shape. Great. Notice it's not running, so let's just simply keep it here. How about this? This particular section is sort of working, and that is it. So this hook is getting called, but this resize is not running. That simply means use selection. I would like to check this part here. Is this running? No. If that's not running, then the upper part. No. If that's not running, then the upper one on pointer move, that is running. The question is CLG. Selected. That's gonna be selected shape. CLG. Point down. Would like to check this. Point down is false. That's okay, but even if I click, that remains false. Why? So over here pointer down is false. Pointer down, right? On pointer down selection. Why is the value of pointer down is not changing? Is pointer down? Is this completing? CLG done. So it is on pointer down. So yeah, the done is getting called here. That simply means it is running well. If this does the job, this fails. Is pointer down interaction? Handle pointer down and select. That is responsible for setting the pointer down. So is pointer down ref There are three. What am I missing? It is just simply telling me that the value of the pointer down is false even if I am clicking there. Okay. Okay. And coming back to the interactions, once I click, the value of pointer down should actually become to true. So if that is equals to pan, so is panning pointer start offset, that's fine. And at the end, on pointer drawing, this on pointer move, fine as well. This seems to be alright. So on pointer move, where am I getting the value from? On pointer move selection. On pointer down selection. On pointer down selection, this is it. Select down, select down, even this runs fine. Select down, but when selected down, why am I not setting the value of each pointer down? And when will the pointer be down in all the cases? Is pointer down ref that I actually have on pointer down selection. At least move is working, so हद है यार. Move is working, pointer down becomes true. So the mistake that I made, that while adding some more things, I removed the previous ones, and now I'm stuck figuring it out. Okay, so this particular thing is done. So pointer down value is something that we are getting here. As we are getting, what is the problem? Pointer down is true, but what about up? So move we have here. Pointer down, that's gonna be false. So what is the issue? Up. I drew this, false, selected this. Pointer down always remains true, so that's not the right place to keep that. Okay, let's do one thing. We changed a few things. The first thing is that it's gonna be taking time. I better be rolling back right now. Something I missed, I removed by mistake, and now I'm not able to figure out exactly where that value is supposed to be. But at the end, okay, just a second. There are two ways. First of all, rolling back to the previous commit, or figuring it out. It's a long time. So especially in the use of this, we have pointer down, handle pointer down. Whenever we are just simply handling the pointer down, we have to set that the pointer is down, but I don't seem to be setting that. So in that case, ultimately what we are doing, whenever we are just simply clicking that, then the pointer should be down, because on the basis of that thing we are just simply handling the remaining things. So handle middle mouse, pan start is panning, and this, that is fine. Okay, what is the second thing? Initialize pointers. We have is pointer down, that actually becomes true. Wow, it does become true. In that case I don't need to set it. Okay, done with this thing. So if it actually becomes true, that simply means whenever I'm calling this in here, I'm actually setting it to true whenever pointer down happens. I don't really need to do that. Come on, pointer, not this one, sorry, it should be the selection one. This is it. So in this particular function I'm actually setting it to true at the end. That doesn't need to be done, because pointer is pointer downref dot current true. The only thing is that it always remains true. Point down. How about mouse up? Because if the value is true here, so mouse canvas interactions and all that, we are setting it to false in here. Canvas interactions, we have this. Pointer up. Pointer up is getting called, and so ultimately the current value of it that definitely becomes false. Now whenever I start moving the mouse, the point down becomes true. So this doesn't have any problematic thing in it. It just simply works fine. As this works fine, so we have this thing remaining. So update canvas cursor we have here, CLG is pointer down. wherever I have console logs, let me just simply remove them first of all. Unnecessary logging is happening. Probably here as well. So let's just simply get rid of this. Now coming back to interactions, CLG. False. So if it is actually false, then it becomes true. Now it is false. If it is actually false, then why am I able to under handle drag or resize? Fine, let's simply keep it here. True. It always remains true. Why? Is pointed down. Pointer move selection. Pointer move selection. As soon as this is getting called, it always huge canvas interactions. It is becoming true and it is becoming false. Till this point it is fine. Then this gets called. Still it is fine. Lastly, I go inside pointer move selection. In here. And in here it always remains true. Pointer reps, pointer down. It always remains true. The question is why it always remains true. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third place. Only 3 times it's being used inside this. So if it's actually being used thrice here, so what is the problem? This is true. That is insane. Because apart from this place, it's not even being used anywhere. That simply means something that's being called before it. What is being called? Handle pan move or update cursor, canvas cursor. This does the right job, especially in this handle pointer down function. It sort of works fine. So if I actually cut it from here and paste it even here, this is true, and then aha, it is still true. So this is on pointer down. Okay, the pointer down, come on, we have to go to pointer up, a move. So we have this, after that all these things, and if I just simply keep it here, so probably I need to keep it here. True, false, the value changes. If that is equals to select, right? That's not equals to select. false, true, that also sort of works. Selection, use interactions, that simply gets ref object, arithmetic canvas and scale, and from the store it gets the states, then from use pointer state it actually gets all the refs. Once it gets these two move shape and the size shape. If I just simply paste the value here, but I need to user interaction, pointer down, done. How about now? So true, and it always remains true. The value of is pointer down, that's false by default, it's just simply getting exploded from here, nothing's really happening. Literally, yaar, such a crazy. I'm not even able to find a bug. Literally, this is insane. The thing is that things seem to be obvious, but something is missing that I can't see right now. Something, the most obvious thing. Anyway, time to probably roll back to the previous commit. The crazy thing is that why am I not able to find a value? We were just simply setting the bounds. So I don't wanna just leave it, because if I just find the bug, that's gonna be amazing. But I can't even comment the things down. Before this, these students, right? Especially this one is pointer down. Pointer reps. even if this is running. So let's check the value of that here, probably at the top. So this is gonna be not at the top, RFI value probably in here. Well, down is false. Well, it's not even being used over here. No use checking this here. What am I missing? It always remains false there. It is false here, and it's obvious that it's gonna be. Is it literally showing me the false? Pointer move selection. Okay, it's like too much. Let's do one thing. Let's just simply roll back here. As for the changes that we made, what were the changes? Let's just simply copy and paste them, and then we'll just simply put the things together. The first thing that we did, that was otherwise it's gonna be too much. I mean, I don't even know. Probably something I removed, that's the most obvious thing, and it is working insanely. Insanely in the sense, so far it's been showing me that it was true, and then suddenly it's showing me false. This is just driving me crazy. So in that case, let's just simply go one step back, and from there let's just simply continue and work on adding more features. Or should I take a break and then work on it again? What should I do? Let's figure it out one more time. If it doesn't work, I'll leave it. I'll switch. I'll just roll back. Closing everything. Whew, come on here. Seriously. Okay, going ahead. We have features, we have editor. Inside the editor we have hooks. Inside these hooks, this is the first hook that we have, and from here we are just simply, well, this is not the first hook. Where is that draw board? Not this draw, components, canvas, and this is the first component that we have. Inside this we have this user interaction, use canvas interactions and all. Editing, no problem with that. I don't even think that they have any role to play in the bug that I'm facing right now. Here we have use canvas interactions. Mainly we have three DOM event handlers here. We have pointer down, we have pointer move, we have pointer up. The first thing is that first of all we have to check. What do we have to check? We have to check that is pointer down that we are getting, right? So once everything is done, pointer, come on, pointer down, ref dot is pointer down dot ref dot current. That's it. Reload the bench. We are getting the value as down in here, but after that it's not even getting printed for some reason. We are logging the value pointed down some. Okay, that is true. So the simplest thing is that select was here, so everything related to select actually runs here, and that is why we were not able to get the value. So in that case it's even gonna be harder to log the values, because there are different types of tools we have here, and they are gonna be running and just simply exiting. So in that case I'm gonna do one thing for now. This is a return statement that I have. Just gonna comment it for now so that I'm able to check the value. Pointer true. So pointer down is true. So whenever we click, the pointer down is true. And by default, what is it? Just at the top, what it is in here. So first of all it is false, then it becomes true. So it just goes on like this. Any problem with this as such? No problem. So this is the value that we have here. We are able to set it the right way. Okay, let's comment this, and as this is so, I'm gonna be checking the value inside these. Of course I have to uncomment this return here. Okay, and now what is the next thing? The first thing that we have over here, that is prevent default handle middleware initialize. Inside this we are just simply setting the value to true, so is pointer down, that actually becomes true in here, and that is it. We are just simply initializing the initial values. Coming back, yeah, so if that is panning, if the tool is actually pan, so we are calling this, and at the end of the day I just like to check the value of pointer down if it is pan. So yeah, it is true. Before pan I'd like to check exactly what it is. So I think it will always be true, so in both the cases it is true, so that is fine as well, no problem as such. So pan doesn't have any problematic thing, it returns it true because it is true. As for select, let's just simply keep it here and here and see the values. Select, let's simply select, so it remains true as well, so no problem as such in this particular case too. Let's talk about this. Oh, well, there's nothing to do in here, mainly we have this now, and if that is the remaining one, right? So in that case let me just simply uncomment this one more time, and probably I'd like to keep it here as well. We have text, we have select, we have pen. We can select any more, another one, probably a rectangle, and true, false. So we had true, we are getting false from somewhere. So we selected true over here. So ultimately, yes, we got the value. So no problem from here as such. The logic is working as expected, and we can just get rid of all these comments from here. Pan is here, select is here, text is here, and handle mouse, done. The second thing is what? The second thing is checking it inside on pointer down, but on pointer down does not just have one thing, it has many, right? So on pointer down selection, it does not just have this, rather it has these many other methods. If I just simply check the value in here, of course I have to uncomment this, and once done, on pointer down, that simply means that is select, the value is false. Should it be? Not really. Should the value of the is pointer down be false here on pointer down? Don't really think so. Okay, let's do. If we are setting the value of uh, reps, and then if we are just simply getting them somewhere else, will the value be changed? Not really. It doesn't happen that way. So suppose I'm using reps. Okay, so in one file, after importing ref, suppose there is a use pointer state hook that I have created. Inside that I have all the reps. Now from there I'm exporting those reps, and once those reps are actually exported, so now in one file I'm setting the value of that ref. In one hook ultimately I'm setting the value of the ref, and in the another hook I'm just simply trying to use the value. Will the value be changed to default, or it will persist? It's gonna take. Okay, let's see. Use pointer state. Okay. Use pointer state we have here. Every component that calls use pointer gets its own ref is created inside a hook. So if that is actually created inside a hook, that's simply where we called it. Resize use ref, and we are exporting from here. Then every component that calls use pointer state gets its own separate ref. Is this the mistake that I did? I tried calling it in each used hook, and the value actually changed. So what I need to do? I need to pass the value. Come on, I'm crazy. Am I? Yeah. So resize bounce ref dot current 123, and in if hook B, if I try to get that, that's actually gonna have null value. Ultimately, the default value, and that is what has been happening. Ref is created once and shared. So after creating a ref, I actually have to share the ref. Lol. What? Oof. Everybody, crazy mistake. What is that? First of all, I do not have the value because I am directly trying to use that ref here. And if I actually go to the use interactions, on pointer down selection, start point, we are just simply setting the value. That is fine. But if that is needed here, we'll have to pass from here, and that we didn't do earlier. Coming back to this, we have this. So we have this pointers ref here, and once we have this pointers ref over here, after that what we are doing? After that, come on, handle pointer down as the handle pointer. Do we need to initialize it just right here? So no need to worry about this. It will automatically use the pointers ref. No worries. And pen, no worries as such as well. Pointer down selection. Is this, first of all, this is the mistake. I cannot call this use state again, otherwise it will get its own values. So what do I have to do now? So wherever I am using this hook, use selection, it was done here. It was my over smartness. I actually thought that, okay, why are we actually importing it. Let's why are we passing it as a as an argument over here? Why not just simply import it? It is not a use state, and it is not even context of. In context the value persists. If you actually do that, if you use redux and all, the value persists, and you can just simply use anywhere. But the same thing cannot be done with this pointer reps. Crazy job, literally. It just simply drove me crazy. Anyway, coming back to this, what is the type of the pointer reps? To this is first of all gonna be a hook. Now how am I gonna be defining a type? Pointer reps is what? Just a sec. First, how to define a type? Interactions, first of all, if I come back to this, wherever I'm calling this what, wherever I'm calling this over here, I have to pass the value of pointer reps. Okay, as I pass the value, what is the type of this? The type of this is an object with this. So the question is, how am I gonna be defining the type of this? So probably the type is gonna be what? Type of use pointer state. Use pointer state. It was somewhat like this. Either I create the type, or I already have it here, right? So an object, nope, not like this. This is gonna be ref objects. Type of, it is a ref object. It is actually a hook, come on, but I'm passing that as the refs. Okay, it returns refs. So type of what? Use pointer state. Is this fine? It's not fine. What is the type of this? Okay, just a minute. This is the user selection, right? Here we are. Probably this is not even the starting point. Going back, I mean, I don't even know how far am I gonna be going. This is called traveling back. Here we are. Come on, it's not even done yet. Is that done? Yeah. Let's roll or go back, one by one. So first of all, handles cursor type changes. Selector shape is null here, that's fine, and null here, that's also alright. Okay, that is fine. Default. No resize handle, whatever we did here, it can be null. Then start ref and hovered when not. Okay, we are just simply having this time I'm just simply writing the comments. Thank God this undo redo what option. Hopefully I do not click any button, otherwise I'm gone. I'll have to resize and resize. At this time what am I doing? But first of all, let me do one thing. The type was okay. We had to mention the type like this: return type, and this particular return type of type is this. Okay, fine. I can even, let me see. What are we doing at this time? Okay, we are trying to set the default. Okay, we are trying to actually work on the functionality of cursor here. So we have come far before, so at that time I need to just move further, drag, handle resize. Such a crazy thing I'm doing. Just a minute, what am I doing right now? uh, this is the point. Yeah, just a sec. What is this being used for? Pointer down selection. I has resize bounce ref. I was passing the state over here, then I had this, I had this. What did I do here? Resize start font size ref. Okay, fine. I sort of removed. Okay, this much is fine. We can just work on this from here on. Alrighty, pretty good stuff. What is the next thing? First of all, we do need to pass this pointer state from here. That pointer state is actually going to contain all these things. First of all, we have the right type over here. The type needs to be written like this, return type, and just the things like this. Now going ahead, this resize shape that I have, either I pass this, of course I'm gonna be passing this, and they are actually gonna be what, so we are getting the pointer state here, right? So instead of calling it pointer state, from the pointer state I'm gonna be getting this. So that is okay. Pointer state, from the pointer state I'm getting all these refs, and the same thing is actually being passed over here. And apart from this particular thing, any error here as such? Let's fix this thing first of all. Use the resize shape. If I go here, I thought that without this I can go on. Yeah, I can do the same thing here if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Travel back to the past. So what are we doing? 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 Resizing, 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 done, done. What is this? Resizing the shape. Okay, the same testing is happening at this point of time. Okay. Resizing the shape. Tring, tring, tring. At this point of time, we are not having the state here. We'll see what needs to be done. We don't have the states yet. Come on. How about right now? At least right now I have the state. So that pointer state is nothing but the return type of that. So I could have named it pointer refs as well. So later, of course, I'm gonna be naming it, but rolled back completely. And at this point of time, use shape resize. Okay, then what was I working on? Such we were working on the text, that is right. This logic needs to be written here. Selected shape, I was supposed to be passing it. That's fine as well. Then const resize, I was supposed to be getting this from here, that makes sense as well. Then resize, this resize, we are getting everything. Resize start bounce current. Then what am I thinking of doing? Okay, we are changing the name over here, and then we are getting the bounce, that's fine as well. Then if you don't have these values, we are just simply returning, that is fine too. At this point of time, everything's under control. Now things become interesting. Yeah, let it be. Okay, cool down. So we do have to get it here. It can be named anything. It can be named at pointer ref if we want refs, because it is gonna contain all the refs. That is also fine. The return type is gonna be this, and this is definitely gonna be passed over here. That is the first thing. And what this, just what the hell, I can't even go back. Okay, never mind, we'll fix it. So we have the pointer ifs. As we have the pointer ifs, this is actually going to be used directly in here, because of course I cannot depend on this now anymore. Going ahead, we are getting all these values from there, and once we are getting the values, let's try to make it work. Then we'll work on the other features later. This free draw shape takes what? It takes 4 values, and the only problem is that the value, did you mean to write resize bounce? Okay, that's right. So we have to just pass the value, this value, and it's better to pass the ref as well. It's not really problematic thing. I mean, yeah, passing ref is actually a good thing. Even if they're being passed inside just normal function. Inside a normal function, yeah, passing values can be better option in that particular situation, because that is just a normal function. You should not be tackling with the refs and all. This function is sort of right. I mean, it should be working. What are we doing in this particular function? Free resize shape, that was already well written from the beginning. Coming back to this, as for these, we need to have these values, right? So to get these values, the simplest thing can be, later of course we can make it better, ref dot current. This is it, same over here. But the only thing is that even if I am gonna have the value like this, there could be probability that they are undefined. The first thing is that null is not assignable, so these can be null. In that case, just a minute, we have all the refs over here. These two are actually being imported, being brought from there, and then we have it. And then this switch statement we have here, and this is pretty much fine. Then we have bounce. We need bounce because it's going to be used here. So resize dot current, and then resize the start font size, we are getting them from there. And once done, if something's not being used here, no need to just simply return the from here only. And even I don't think I need it here as of right now. And once this is done, then probably things start being used from here on. So this is the first thing. The second thing is the bounce that we need. So I can even say that, bro, you are gonna be close to the bounce, and this seems to be alright in that case. And even we are passing the value of resize. We have the value of this, but this is not really being used in here as of right now. Done. So this is the free draw section, and then we have this value of font size is actually going to be used in here. Hence I'm gonna have a check here that if I don't have the value of resize, of course start font size, I'm gonna just return, that is it. And then I'm just simply passing the value Same thing is happening over here. Resize start bounce, resize start bounce. This bounce could be named as resize start bounce, so that could be a better option as well. So if I just simply get rid of this, if I simply get rid of this, and if I just go at the top, and if I just simply replace, come on, if I just replace, cut this, this and this, no problem as such, everything's fine. And once this part is done, then that is it. We definitely have to go to resize the free draw shape, and it is actually expecting the value, so no need to worry about it. Ref object doesn't really need to be here anymore. Coming back, one step back, resize text shape. It is doing what? It is just simply getting the resize bounce, getting the start width. It is just simply doing everything with the width. Come on. Max, min, start width 0, then 1, otherwise this. So rect width divided by start width, updated font size 16, otherwise my other round this multiplied by scale. Okay, that is not bad ultimately, but it is not the best logic. They are actually increasing the font size by width. I don't want it. I wanted it, mainly I wanted by height or the smallest value. We'll see. I don't even need to see. Earlier what kind of logic I had? This. So let's keep this logic. If we don't need this, we'll just undo actually. This is fine. And time to check if we are getting any errors. At least we are able to move. Okay, here we are. Are we able to? We are not able to resize. That's another case. But we are able to move. Why are we not able to resize? We are not even able to resize the shape for some reason. No problem with these. And shape.resize. Is there any problem with any file? I don't see any problem with any one of these hooks that I have. Yeah, so they don't seem to be problematic. That simply means now I need to figure out the error. So we have this resize shape. Once we have this resize shape, we are doing this in free draw. This is interesting. So what is happening here? We have all the pointer reps here. That's fine. And once we have all the pointer reps, we are just simply getting them here. So free draw points is gonna be this. So that's fine as well if it doesn't if it is not problematic. Font size, if that is equals to text to this, then if that is equals to free draw, then rect normal. So things seem to be fine. Let me just simply go back to which one, selection, interaction, and over here we are just simply passing the value of the pointer state that can actually be named as pointer ref as well. Pointer refs is needed because again there are the refs. It's just being passed over here, and same thing needs to be done here, and overall things seem to be fine, but they are not. So we have first of all pointer selection move. At that time I may resize or I may do this. So let's just simply check this thing out. Are we resizing or not? Come on, just need a shape. We are definitely resizing. Great. But let's go here. As we are resizing, this is the function. Are we resizing here? We are definitely resizing there. Are we resizing here? We are resizing there. Are we resizing here? We are resizing there. So are we resizing here? We are resizing there. Then what is the problem? Are we resizing here? No, we are not resizing there. We are not resizing there. Are we resizing here? No. So are we resizing here? No. Are we resizing here? Yes. Where is the problem? Here is the problem. So what is the problem? Resize start font size. It doesn't have the value. Let's see. CLG. Resize start font size. Resize start font size. What is the value? Resize start font size, that is null. Aren't we setting it to have some value? God knows. So let's check that thing out. So how are we gonna be checking? Whenever pointer down is happening, we are setting the value. So canvas interaction, pointer down, come on, pointer down, where is that? Pointer down, here it is. When pointer down is happening, at that time what do we do? What do we do? We set the values. So at this time we need to set the value again, that is right, but at what time? Okay, just a sec. What I can do here, initialize state. We are initializing the value here. We have to set the font size state, that is it, and that can be either done inside this or inside this or inside this. We already have this text here. Set text editing. This font size is mainly for the text, so setting it here will not be a bad idea. So right, so pointer refs dot what font size, resize start font size ref, that's actually gonna be what why should I give it the value? It should have the value of the current shape, whichever I selected. So it should happen on selection. Sorry, whenever I select a shape, at the time I need to get that. So going here, whenever we select a shape, here, so when the shape gets selected, we need to set the value here at the end. So not this is not the right point, this is the right. Aren't we doing that? Resize current shape, we are doing that, bro. Wait, if we are doing it, shape position dot this, let me see, CLG font size, here we are. Let me just give it some styling so that I can recognize it, and that's gonna be resize start font size ref dot current, here we are. Of course it will not have the value, it will be null. My logic is problematic until unless you actually select this shape here, and then setting if the type is equals to text, we are setting the font size. The problem is inside a shape, and over here what is the problem? The problem is that we are checking. What are we checking? We are checking that if it does not exist, bro. If the type is equals to text, only then you are allowed to check, otherwise do not check. As simple as that. So it's better to check the types inside if statement, so that it keeps the type in mind. Same thing I am doing here again, not here, so, and not anywhere. Now it should work. Reload the page. Come on, draw, move and resize. I knew that it would work. It took me, don't know it took how many hours, but okay, here we are. We know we learned actually that if you have one hook that actually stores all the reps and just returns those reps, so at that time if you are calling that hook in different hooks, then those different hooks will have their own states. So you need to call it one hook, and you need to pass that particular ref or state to another's. Don't expect, it is not a context, state context, uh, or it is not redux that it will maintain the state. it it is not gonna do that. First of all, I mean, this is the one, I don't know whether I explained it well or not but get the idea. Okay, coming back to this, are we able to finally, this resizing, it doesn't have any idea how much I struggled. Okay, let's take work on this thing. So I just wrote a few things here, then I try to blah. Aha, now if I move it, then it becomes. So what is the problem? First of all, it is getting bigger, congratulations. The second thing is that it is not getting bigger when it should be. So we are selecting the bounds here. So let me see, CLG resizing text. Okay, that should be fine. Reload the page. Okay, so we are resizing the text. The question is, bro, that if I am actually resizing the text here, in that case it should be working. The font size should be increasing. So we are setting the selected shape, and we are setting this, and we have this updated shape. What is the problem? Let's go to this context. We have this, let's get rid of this. I don't think this is needed, but we'll see if it, I should be just simply commenting this. I don't know, if I just remove something, that just something stops working. So ctx.restore, I don't even think this is needed here, but okay, we'll see. Apart from this particular thing, we are just simply rendering, and as we are rendering, CLG rendering shapes. Let's see, we are rendering the shapes, aren't we? We are resizing the text, then we are rendering the shapes. Okay, one step back, shape resize. If that is actually getting triggered, so resize text, we are passing selected shape, we are passing rect, we are passing this, we are passing this. It should be sort of, let me check the value of this as well. Come on, do it. CLG updated shape. Here we are. Now we have to see whether the value is actually getting changed or not. So we have a width 121, forget about the width, focus on the height 79, height 80, changing. Let's talk about font size. So we have font size 35, here font size 35, forget about this. Do we have font size lesser than 35? We have 34. So it is getting changed. It is getting changed. We have the updated shape here, so we are passing it here. Okay, I think I'm doing right. Okay, one more thing, one more check. Let's get rid of this. It is working. Let's get rid of this. It is working. What is not working is that this context is not able to render the stuff. So at that time I want my shapes here. So shapes, here we are. Okay, reload the page one more time. Okay, here we are. So we have one shape that is, of course, has 24 height, 20 pixel, font size, and height 24, and width 130. Let's do this. Array yaar, what I did, I should it happens when we click on that, otherwise it does not. This we did initially. What it has, font size 20, that's more than enough. If I have a look here, font size 20, wow, 380 width, 350 in sorry, not this, 102 and 24, 102 and 24. What is the problem? The state is not changing, and we can even check it from here. So luckily we have this redux. As we have this redux, reload the page, we have this text over here. Come on, we have this text over here. That is it. That's the selected shape that we have here, and as I am moving it, come on, how can I pin it? Yeah, pin this. Now how can I, that is fine, that's not fine. How can I pin this? Yeah, that's fine. Array yaar, how can it be pinned? I want to pin what? I want to pin probably the height. Yeah, now I will see. So here I wrote by default height is null. I selected, shape got selected, height is 24. Height is in fact increasing. If the height is actually increasing, then what is the problem? It is increasing here, right? Clean it. Here we are. Initially what I had, 20, 24, 81. What do I have now? 20, 24, 81. So same result. This is also a hook. Inside this and everything else is working. Everything else in the sense, if I don't have this, okay, if I have a shape like this, if I do this, if I just simply change, okay, I mean that should be fine anyway. Let's go to the top. So here we are. Let's talk about the points. 0, 0, 0. 10th number is -3 and 2. Okay, the 10th number index. -3, 2, -3, 2, -3, 2. Here, 10th number index. The value is insane. I mean, of course, just something like this. So it changed in this case. And the interesting thing is that if I write something, increase it, and just one click, not just one, it is not even doing that. Okay, once I start moving it, it actually increases. Now what kind of learning am I waiting for? Once we select a shape, the font size is definitely there. So CLG So we do have text here, as we have text here. Hey, let me do one thing, yeah. Come on, I can give it at least this code to the AI and see if it can help me figure out the bug. One bug stands out, that is shapes. अरे यार सच में मैं क्यों अरे यार बोल रहा हूँ, इसने कुछ तो बोला. मिसिंग सेट शेप्स. We have to update the value like this. एक बार पढ़ने दो भाई. The overall structure looks good, that is great. One bug stands out, missing set shapes for in the text branch. So we have updated shape and we are not setting the shapes. I was expecting the value to be there, but I'm not setting it here. I'm just simply setting the selected shape and the bounds. Interesting. So we have to get that particular shape and we have to just simply sort of replace that. That's fine. Without depending on your architecture, canvas may render the old shape. That is what is happening. Bro, this check can be dangerous. So if font size could ever be 0, okay, this fails. The key, if that's triple equals to null, that is okay, fine. And then tring, fine. And now it is minor improvement. You repeat this a lot. Okay, whatever is being repeated, we'll take care of that. But wow, we are setting the shapes here. Okay, have a look. This is the first thing. As we are setting the shapes, we are getting the previous values, and then doing this, and this is getting done. Okay, so okay with this. I'm not setting the shape here, so we'll do that. How about free draw? Arey yaar, I thought I wasn't setting the shapes even at free draw, but that is actually getting set. Look, I'm crazy. Okay, coming back to this, fix the bug. Set shapes, get the previous shapes. So previous shapes. Now what next? We have to map through them. Maps.map, and we'll get the shape. Once we get the shape, what is the next thing? We'll check if shape dot id triple equals to what? किसके equal है? हाँ, selected shape. Is this right? We are updating. Which shape are we updating? We are updating the selected shape. So if we are updating the selected shape, so we have to check the id for the selected shape. In that case, we have to return the updated shape. Otherwise, we have to return the shape, and this should be fine. I hope the same thing I'm doing here. So selected shape, update shape. This, congratulations. Though we are repeating the code, but happy go lucky person. Reload the page. Ting. कुछ धीमा ही नहीं हो रहा. So the logic error. This is the logic of ChatGPT. This is not right because it is okay. Let's not blame ChatGPT. The logic is right. The way it is working for me, I don't want this functionality. So it is just increasing the font size by width. What I have to do here, one step back. This was my logic that I wrote. What are we doing here? We are getting the width, we are getting the new width, new height, old width, old height. We are dividing them. Once we are dividing them, we are making sure that if the old width does not exist, the minimum scale is gonna be at least 1. Once we divide them, we get the ratio of their increase, the increase of the width. Okay, once we get that, we are getting the minimum value of scale. Now there's high chance that in most of the case what happens that uh, ultimately we are going to get the minimum of old width or not, scale x or scale y, and scale x is nothing but the ratio of the width, scale y is nothing but the ratio of height, and whichever is bigger we'll just simply get the minimum one and we'll just simply scale the font size. This was my logic anyway, but I'm not sure ChatGPT is gonna be happy with this or not. By default, how much font size do we want? 20. What was the font size initially that I used? Bro, I forgot the font size. Constants, tools, canvas, tolerance, image, tools. Where is the font size? By default, what is the font size? How many times am I gonna say it? By default, store, font size 20. If by default 20 is the font size, I'm gonna keep it that only. So now what kind of error is this? Anyway, we'll fix it. Resize shape once weird. Here we are. This should be 20 first of all. Again, we need to sort of create a create a constant for that. Okay, and we are getting selected shape rect, we are getting bounce. Okay, it turns out that I'll have to do something. That something is this. Come on, copy it and paste it. What is the type of the resize start? That's gonna be selected shape bounce though. Okay, we'll later work on the type as well. And resize start font size, this is actually gonna be nothing but a number. And once we have gone through this, so we are gonna be getting this there, and we are gonna be getting this there, and the job should we are gonna be using this here, and we are gonna be using resize start font size. Does this need to be like this? Because we are setting the font size initially, so no, wrong. Where is this font size coming from? So we are updated font size, so we have to use the not updated font size, rather the starting font size. That's gonna be resize start font size, as simple as that. So updated shape, that is fine. So we want to update the shape, but we want to use what? We want to use the starting font size that it has. Reload the page, bro. Welcome back. But isn't it crazy? Aren't we increasing it by height? Oh, we are getting the minimum value. Fine, let's check out this. Let's check the maximum. Let's get the maximum. Instead of getting minimum, I'm gonna get the maximum value. Reload the page. Here we are. Hello everybody. Hope you are doing great. Done. This is great. The only thing is that it is definitely getting increased by height. How about the width that it has? Width. Something needs to be done. It is definitely increasing it by height. That is fine. Okay with that. But the width. come on, the width that it has, that is not increasing. So let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this. I'm gonna be scaling it by height, so it's just gonna be normal scale, no problem as such. I don't really need this, I don't really need this. Everything's gonna be happening like this. And apart from this particular thing, now let's see, I still need to change the value of width somehow. This is sort of like this, but we are the width should be increasing automatically. How to increase width automatically? Update a shape. This does not need to be like this. So probably here I have to measure the text again. I have to create a context, or we can increase the width by height. That's gonna be good, I think so, but it will not have the start width. Just a minute, how are we gonna be increasing the value of the width? So the height plus the width. Probably what I need to do, updated shape dot width, I have to change the value of the width as well, and width should be proportional to the height. So as the height increases, width should also increase. So we need to have current width for that. In that case, that is right, and if I don't have that, that's going to be problematic. Current width means what? Selector shape? Not really. What can be easier way here? Old height I have and new height I have. We have the scale and the texture. So with the width, updated shape dot width plus y multiplied by scale that I have. Don't know whether it's gonna be actually right or not. Here we are. Let's see. The value of the width, it actually increases a lot. There is a way through which it can be fixed. The way is that actually creating a context over here. For that thing I need to have canvas. I don't really have the canvas in here, so that simply means I'll have to pass. But sort of the data that I have, updated shape. So using canvas, creating a context after that, once the context is actually created, then getting the actual width of that particular shape and then passing that. What I want here, let's see what ChatGPT says regarding this. What way I have that I have to just simply get the canvas ref over here somehow. Once I get the canvas ref, I will create the context. Once I create the context, I'll once the context is created, I'll measure text width just like this. So this is what my plan is right now, and let's see what ChatGPT says. How to increase width as height increases? However, okay, here, what is this? If you want text box width grow proportionally when the height grows, you can scale the width by the same factor you are using for the font size. So updated shape of font size. If we have the selector shape here, no, that's gonna be the updated shape. Even if we have the selector shape, that's not gonna matter much. Selected shape. Let's try this thing out. But it works, but it doesn't work well the way we want. Ahoy. This is the most insane thing I've seen. Never mind. So scale, it just keeps changing, so probably updated is a better one in that case. Anyway, this does not work the way we want. However, this only works correctly if you are storing the original width before resizing the starts. That's what I was thinking. Otherwise, the width will keep computing on every, like it will increase exponentially. So a better approach can be that selector shape rector. Array, yeah, it is getting the width. Resize start width. मेरे तो अलग it has, how about let me see, but in for that thing I'll have to pass the canvas ref. Is this even a canvas ref can be passed? So from here, that simply means I need to pass the canvas ref in this particular hook as well. Resize the shape. Ultimately hook needs to shape resize, so shape resize is being used inside this. So as this is being used inside this, do we have the canvas ref over here? We do have. So let me ask, how about getting a canvas ref here and using that, creating a context and then measuring the width, or as per that thing just simply setting the width of the text? Won't it be good? And if it is, it will work, then which one is better option, like storing the previous width or just simply going with this approach? Yeah, we are for a text, measuring text width is usually the better approach. Wow, our approach better. ज़्यादा ही हो गया. Okay, scale the previous width. What? Option 1, scale the previous width. Resize start and scale. Approach very fast. Simple works well for rectangle, circles, images and all. Cons width can become disconnected from the actual text content. If the text changes later, the box may be too wide or too narrow. Doesn't behave like most design tools. So measure text width using this. So this is what it is. Wow, we guessed it right, bro. We did it. So get the context. Once you got the context, create the font size using the font family for sure. So we have to get the font family, will always remain the same, no problem as such. Then measure the text. After that, update that. The approach width always matches the actual rendered text, more accurate, similar how text tools editor works. Slightly more expensive, though usually negligible. Need to account for padding. Padding. Multi-line text requires measuring text each line and taking the widest one. That is right. For your Excalidraw clone, measure text width. We have to pass text, font family. It will measure and it will return the width. I think we already have it. If I go to utility, get text dimensions. So it is actually passing me sort of both, like the height. We don't really need the height, but at the end of the day, this is already ready. We are just simply passing the canvas ref. We are passing the text. We are passing the font, and probably we even need to pass the font size. Okay, we are not doing that. Font will contain both anyway. So we are just simply attaching it to this. Font is gonna look like something like this, and probably instead of doing this, I'm gonna pass two things. Now changing it is gonna be problematic, but okay, let's change this. We are gonna be font size, and we are gonna be passing font family. That's also gonna be a string, and the font size is gonna be nothing but a number over here. And once once that is done, so we'll use this $this font size and this this font family. Done. So any problem? font size multiplied by this, then this, then this string, and we were passing font 1 TB, and right now we don't really need to pass it here, so we can just simply continue like this. Here we are, and it will return us the width and the height. We don't really need the height, but we definitely need width, and we can calculate the height as well. Yeah, amazing. Let's see. So once this is done, so probably I need to correct my mistake here. Not mistake, we did what? Instead of passing font right now, I'm gonna be passing font size. So cut and font size and font family. Done. Apart from this particular thing, what do we need to do next? We have to, inside use shape resize, we have to pass canvas ref object html canvas element. It can definitely be null as well. Of course I have to use comma over here. Once this is done, then when working with the text, I need to send we have the font size, that is really good, updated font size. Now what do we need to do? Const width get text dimensions. We need to pass canvas ref, we need to pass text, that's gonna be selected shape text. We need to pass font size, the updated font size, right? So let's work with updated one. Updated shape dot text, updated shape dot font size, by font size. But how is this working? We are getting the old width and the new width, old height and new height, and okay, fine. And what else? Well, it's font family, so updated shape font family, done. We got the width, so let's do one thing. Updated shape dot width, that's actually gonna be width. The values can actually be null if not width. Not working. Let's do one thing. Dimensions. Return. Literally, I'm not gonna return like this. If I have the text dimension only, then it's gonna be used. The width dimensions dot this. So this is done over here, and sort of looks great, bro. Come on, aren't we? Come on, we are missing something. What is that something? Ooh, that's something. So what are we doing? If we have the dimensions, we are simply checking the dimensions dot width, and what does this do? It creates 2D dimension, then it just simply does everything, returns width and height, and does the job. If it actually does the job, then we should be getting the updated shape dot width. It's actually getting updated. CLG hi from dimensions. So yeah, we are getting height from dimensions. That simply means dimensions does exist. So updated shape dot width, we are just simply returning it from here. So this seems to be fine, bro. And apart from this particular thing, what were we doing earlier here? If I go few steps back, then just a sec. Setting the width. Alrighty, paste it here. So this should be working fine. If it doesn't work, let me do one more thing here. Paste height HEIGST, height HEIGST. Height needs to be replaced with height. And let's check this thing out. Bro, what's wrong with this? What am I missing? Don't have time, a lot of time to just simply figure the things out. So hopefully it will be able to help me. Yes, these are very good designs. A few improvements. Don't pass canvas ref into resize function. Get text dimensions only. Yeah, we can even pass the context. That's right. So once the context is passed, dimensions radius. Even better keep it inside your field. Be careful update. Be careful about overriding dot height. So it's better not to override the height over here. But if updated shape dot width is actually changing, this width is not changing. We have this. We are not able to increase the width. The width should be increasing as per the text, but it is not like that. What am I missing? What am I missing? It turns out that is not the width, that is the bounding box. Come on. It seems to be right. Now the only question is that what I have to just figure out over here. First of all, the border that we are getting, that is the bounding box. Okay. And the another thing is that as I just simply increase it. So initially we had this. So we had 20 pixel, and then of course the pixel actually increased. Apart from this particular thing, width was 81, width remained 81, height definitely increased. So coming back to this, we have height 95, width 81, and the font size actually increased. So width is not increasing. Okay, width is not increasing because the font size that we are actually passing, let me see. Okay, then what needs to be done? We have to pass this, but that works that way though. Yeah, because at the end of the day, what is that? Just a sec. Even when we are doing updated shape.font size, so we are just simply using the scalar value only, so that's completely fine. The only thing is that okay. So we have selected, we have updated. So 55 font size definitely increased. The height definitely increased 68 to 67, whatever. The font size 75 point something, and it always remained the same. So height is sort of being constant over here. Height is constant. If font size increased, one more try, and then I'm gonna have food. I'm gonna have some food. Okay, here we go. First, second, and third one. So the first one, height 82, font size 68, 68.33. It is exactly the same. So let's not worry about this one. Probably I need to go to this. Font size is the same, really. Okay, just a sec. I need to find a better example. I think this one will serve my purpose, but let's see. We have font size 164, we have font size 164.69. It turns out to be exactly the same, so in that case we have to go to the upper ones. 156 font size, 188 height, and here 197 height, 164, that is all right. And width is 75 and 197, 75, 197, 197.3, that is okay. 75 point something. So selected shape has this much width, it has the same, and the width that I got, that is the same. So the width I'm getting 75 and 197. Is that ever changing? 75, 197. Yeah, that is changing. We have 75. Width, is that changing? Width is never ever changing. That is right. The width is not changing. Height is changing. Yeah. The question is, why isn't the width changing in the dimensions? Text with dimensions. What am I doing here? Context, I have it. Font size, understood. Font family, we are passing them. Okay. Lines, and we need to get the width. So lines dot map let's see the value of the width. Okay, I check this last thing, and then we'll see. Come on, yeah. Can't I delete this? Yeah, this is fine. Okay, here we are. We actually have many things, but one important thing is that 92 point something, 92 point something, and 92 point something. So the height is definitely increasing from 84 to it went to 86. How about the width? So whenever we measure text, doesn't it include the font size? We are measuring the CTX lines. So we did this. Then text split, we are splitting that. CTX dot measure text, we are passing the line. Dot, we are passing line over here. Font size last time, and after that I'll be back and then continue. The font is definitely increasing, 170 around. As per the number of lines, the height is being increased. This line is not able to give me the width. Why? Let me ask. Why is it so that measure text doesn't give me the width as per the font size? अरे नहीं भाई, not this. Over here the width always remain the same. The canvas font syntax requires a unit for the font size. You are currently generating something like this, which is invalid CSS. Okay, let me do one thing. Forget about this font family. Let's keep Arial here. It is still the same. Pixel or literally just a sec. Wow, what three? This has been insane. Pixel was required here, bro. Just PX. Font. It makes me cry now. I feel like crying. This has been insane. This should not be 20. This should be 20 pixel. And let me see what I had initially here. I was passing that font anyway. Yeah, here we are. Whew. Congratulations. We did this, didn't we? And apart from this particular thing that we need to do, or I'd like to do, that is setting the height at per that as well. So coming back here, I'd like to set the height as well. So of course, let's get rid of it all. Probably just a sec. Setting the height would be a great way here as well. I'd like to see exactly what the result is. So here we are. Whether we set the height or not, that doesn't really matter. So it is sort of gonna be like this. But congratulations, bro, we did it. We've done it. We can just get one more text, and there can be some space, and then this and this. Things can actually be like this. But at the end of the day, we can resize it. Isn't it great? It is. And let's do one thing, let's remove all the logs from here. So console.log, mainly only one log I had here. So congratulations, it's been amazing. I never expected to even figure out the previous bug that we had, thanks to the AI of course, otherwise I would be stuck. But here we did that. I was thinking of rolling back to the previous commit, but we did not. We figured out everything, we made the things work. And now once this is done, then we have to add the eraser feature. We have to remove the things. I'm gonna be back and we'll start working on this thing very soon. Until then, take care and see you.